So if you can't tell by the title, I'm going to talk about Joe Biden. All right. So the lady who was interviewing asked him a question, and it said, inequality in school and race. In a conversation about how to deal with segregation in schools in 1975, you told a reporter, I don't feel responsible for the sins of my father and grandfather. I feel responsible for what the situation is today, for the sins of my own generation. And I'll be damned if I feel responsible to pay for what happened 300 years ago. That was almost 40 years ago. Then she asked, what responsibility do you think Americans need to take to repair the legacy of slavery? All right, so we're going to unpack his response. First things first, when she first brings up race, he chuckles. He just straight up starts chuckling, like it's funny. Almost like, oh, here we go again, the black people and the victim card. Which we'll go over that in another video. I'm trying to rush through all these so I can fit it all in. All right. His smile kind of fades as she starts reading his own words back to him. But then he starts smirking again when she talks about the part about paying for something that happened over 300 years ago. Now, objectively, I can say I smile when I'm nervous. Okay? So, okay. Another, I guess you could say, pass I'll give is that that was a long time ago. And I give people room to grow. You might have felt some sort of way back in the day, but you might have evolved. I would just feel better if you said, I felt like that before, but I've changed my mind. I'd accept it, but cop to it, own up to it. And no, I don't think he's a racist for those of y'all who are like, oh, he's going to say, no, I don't think he's racist, but I do think he's ignorant. Okay? Okay, so I'll excuse all that, even though my knee-jerk reaction is telling me otherwise. Then he starts fumbling until he finally starts making points about very poor schools and tripling the money put into them. Okay? Now, one, that is a good start, but it's not something that shouldn't have happened already. That's not slavery. That's right now. That's right now. That's something that should have been rectified a while ago, but that's currently going on right now. Maybe if you were to hold the people who let this fall through the cracks, maybe, just maybe, that could be acceptable. But I highly doubt he's going to do that. Or anything else he's promising, but whatever. The next point, he talks about raises for teachers. Nice again, but again, that's not slavery. That's right now, and you're making people work in subpar pay. That's not slavery. That's just the way things are currently. Okay? Excuse me, I'm sorry. I definitely am for raises for teachers, but again, that don't work. The next point he makes, he fumbles again, but I think what he meant to say is that we need more psychologists and counselors in schools to help the kids with problems. Okay? Well, problems from home, that's what he said. Now, I agree that they need to expand mental health. Okay? For children, yes, I said that in another video. I think they should start implementing it in schools where they have multiple people grow the field, because there's a lot of mental health that goes unchecked. So I think it's important, and I think it's a great idea to expand that field. However, a psychologist, counselor, psychiatrist cannot fix poverty. It can't. Okay? And that's one of the real issues that we're addressing when you're talking about all this, which wasn't what she asked you, but when you were talking about all this, one of the factors is poverty. Andrew Yang has a plan for that. Just saying. Okay. And Also, this should be happening everywhere. We're having school shootings. These kids are going absolutely nuts. They have so much information at their fingertips, things that they can do on their phones. They can figure out how to make bombs and stuff. I mean, I can't believe this hasn't been done since the first mass school shooting. It's kind of common sense. But again, I'm not a president. I cuss too much. Anyways, I try not to on my station though. All right. So, also, this is isolating the situation to the black community in black schools that are impoverished. Okay. And it insinuates that it's prevalent in black schools. Okay. Not all homes that are in poverty are broken. They're poor. They don't have money. But it doesn't mean that, one, they have two-parent homes. Two, even if it's a single mother, doesn't mean she's a bad parent and doesn't know how to raise her kid. One, you're talking about the difference between someone who might have to work multiple jobs to support her family, pay the bills, poverty. Again, Andrew Yang, freedom dividend. It's really annoying when you pass the buck. And anyways, I'm not going to go there yet. I forgot. Yeah, and that's not slavery either. But this is the kicker. He said he wants to bring social workers into the homes to help them deal with how to raise their children. Okay, and then he says, in quotes, they don't know what to do. One, again, not slavery. Two, oh, goodness. So basically, two, you're saying that you want black people to have social workers come into their homes to teach them how to raise their kids. Just black people. Think about that. Okay. And if you didn't get that, you might as well just go somewhere else because there's no hope. And then, just insinuating that black people don't know how to raise their kids. That's insulting. That's biased. That's prejudice. And more than anything, Joe Biden, that is ignorant. That is so unbelievably ignorant. And it's problematic. Either he hasn't really thought about this issue. I don't know how he couldn't with the whole Black Lives Movement thing. I mean, there's been so many things that are going on. People have been crying out for help. They've been talking about broken schools forever. And that, like I said before, is not even the issue. This is just where you moved it to. Okay? And you're passing the blame onto an entire race, and you insulted an entire race. Then you extended your time so you could bumble around talking about records. I'm not even going to touch that one. It's too easy. And then he switches the topic to immigration and ends with such self-righteousness, some self-righteous indignation. Come on! We didn't know this already? Give me a break. Give me a break. This is why I do not want him as my president. You can't have somebody who says such ignorant things running the country and think that things will get... These are the type of people that put laws into place that are detrimental to the community. Okay? Detrimental. You go ahead and you preach all this crap. You start talking about what's best to fix the community. It's just ridiculous. Like, if he gets the nomination, oh my goodness, it's like choosing Trump or Trump. I don't even know. I don't even know. At least Trump is, he's entertaining with his tweets. I don't even know what I'm going to do if he wins. I'm definitely irritated. And again, like, I really, when it comes down to racial issues, like, because I know that everybody needs help. Okay, everybody's in a different situation. But this was a specific question that she asked him. And yes, for those who want to know, I do believe that there needs to be some sort of reparation for descendants, simply because there are businesses and banks that have profited and families who made tons and tons and tons of money. And one, we were not able to participate. And two, those people, it created a systematic situation that still is going on today. So yes, it does need to be addressed. However, you can't do what you're supposed to do and get a pat on the back like you've done something and like, oh, it's fixed. No, this is something that should have been done a long time ago. So hopefully Joe Biden's time is almost up, because I'm so sick and tired of hearing his mouth. He can't get through a sentence without fumbling. I do that, but I'm not trying to be president. So that's how that is. Anyways, y'all have a great evening. But, you know, I think about what I hear, you know, and I didn't see anybody report it. I didn't see anybody talk about it. And no one certainly checked him. And what she should have done was made him answer that question, because I want to know. Either way, Joe's got to go. Hopefully to get some sleep so he can clear his head. I don't know, but that is not the president for me. I won't vote for it. And no one in the black community should vote for him. I don't think anyone should vote for him. However, that's what the topic of this video is. Anyways, sorry about the rant, but I didn't see it anywhere, and I wanted to say it. Now, I'm sure some of you disagree. Feel free to put your comments down below. That's fine. I'll respond, or I'll do another video. That's fine. But, you know, in future, because like I said, I don't think he's necessarily a horrible guy. He might have fumbled at the lips. I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses for him, because that's exactly what he said. I gave him passes at the beginning, but the last part, absolutely not. So y'all have a good day, and just make sure you listen to what these people are saying, because they're spitting out a whole bunch of crap that they think people want to hear, and people are eating it up. The only person that's real up there, in my opinion, is Bernie and Yang. But the only person that we need right now is Yang.